Hello, my friends. Welcome to CJ Reads Books. I'm CJ, and today we're going to be talking about The September House by Carissa Orlando. Now, it's been a minute since I've read something scary. Don't let me lie to you, but I think the last scary book I read was, I think Gwendy's trilogy from Stephen King. But even that was more creepy than scary. So the last scary one I read that creeped me out and scared me was The Shining by Stephen King. So this this was a nice surprise because it's about a haunted house. But before I get too far, let's get into it. Alright, so the premise is woman and man buys a house, you don't know any background about them, and they quickly realize the house is haunted. He is insistent on leaving, but she loves the house. She's like, I can make it work. I can do this. Being very stubborn. Before we get any further, a lot of trigger warning. Trigger warning for domestic abuse, trigger warning for alcoholism, trigger warning for a little bit of gore because the walls drip blood every September. Okay, hence the September house. So we go through this long process of learning about the house, learning about their relations, learning about her relations with her daughter, and learning about pretty much this house, its inhabitants, and all that stuff. At first, I was like, this is a haunted house. I love haunted houses. I love scary things, and I love being creeped out. I mean, I listen to creepypastas every night before I go to bed, so I mean, I love that kind of stuff. This did not do any creep out justice at all. Some of the reviews that I've read were like, this was more cozy than haunted, and I would have to say that that's right. All the characters that get introduced, my favorite character is definitely a side character, but she has main character energy, definitely. I enjoy her very much because she brings a little bit of humor to the place. But I felt like this book was more funny than it was scary. Like this woman who is in this house and her husband leaves abruptly, and she is still in this house after 4 years of it doing its stuff. Okay, like I, no sane person would do that. So you follow her story, and you follow his story, and then you follow their story and how they got there, and then they research on how they got there. So it was a very A B C kind of plot. There were no surprises, no twists. It wasn't really anything spectacular in my opinion. It was a good setup. I liked the book. I just it was a little dry for me as far as like thriller mystery horror stories go, you know? You expect a little bit of a in a thriller or a horror story, but this you had none. So I gave this book a 2.5 stars. I'm only allowed to rate it a full star on Goodreads, so I'm going to give it a 2 stars. It did not quite exceed my expectations of scary book in the spooky season, and I am very, very, very sad about that because I had been looking for something that would help me get more forward moving. And I realized I love scary movies, I love scary things, and I love scary books. So it was only fitting that I found a good scary book for me this spooky season, but this was not the one. So comment down below. Have you read this book before? What intrigued you about it? What did you like about it? What didn't you like about it? I would like to start a conversation with you, please. This book was okay. I didn't enjoy it. I didn't hate it. It was okay. So tell me below in the comments, suggest some creepy books that I can put on my spinny, spinny bum bum TBR. And yeah. Also down below, I have a couple links. I have a link to my Etsy. If you like Blind Date with the books, I sell those. Also, I have a Patreon. So what that is every single video that I edit usually gets scheduled in my social medias, but for Patreon, you get them literally minutes after I edit them. So Patreon gets first dibs on everything. If you are a paid member, you get first dibs on my long form videos, which usually takes about 1 to 2 weeks to put out into the YouTube universe. So there's that. Also, you can also choose to buy me a coffee. But if you can't do any of those three, you are still here. You are still supporting me and my channel in this way. Like, share, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Share my book reviews with a friend. Maybe they'll like them. Maybe they'll start reading. Maybe you and I will start reading something and talk about it. And thank you, Robert Willem, for being my one and only Patreon supporter. You are awesome. And I think that's it. I'm probably going to have a spooky coupon code here in a couple weeks, so stay tuned for that. But other than that, I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.